The following portion of Daytime Tri-Cities is sponsored by Evans & Evans Real Estate.
Once again, it is time for Real Estate Today by our friends at Evans & Evans Real Estate. Today, I'm joined by Realtor Scott Smith. Scott, appreciate you taking some time with us today.
My pleasure as always.
We're out here in Gray, and we're going to be showing off this beautiful condo here in a little bit. But before we get into that, let's talk about, we're in the midst of winter. It's January, and it's time to make sure, especially if you're going to be selling your home, that you winterize it, that you take care of everything you need to Mother Nature's wreaking havoc right now.
Absolutely. There's several little things you can do right now. It's got down to about 14 the other day. We're probably going to have a little bit lower. Once it gets below 10, you really start running into problems. So you need to make sure you got those hoses unhooked under your plumbing, get those things covered up, turn the water off inside the house if you have a way to. One of the things you talked about is get a little insulation cap for your outside spigots and everything. Those are great because you won't even notice it's damaged till spring when you start watering your flowers, and all of a sudden water's coming everywhere because they're made to not bust during the cold weather. Wait till you have time later to check it out. So that's one of those things that you want to make sure you do. Fill those cold air spots, see if you can get new insulation around your doors. Check those things out because that heating bill is going to keep rolling and running up.
And when you're moving, when you're selling a home, anything that you can do to make the appearance of that home or the heat bill go down, your electricity bill go down, anything you can do along those lines is a great selling point.
Absolutely. One of the things that they do, first thing a lot of people ask for, hey, what's the heating bill? And the older the home is, basically the higher the bill is going to be. That's just the way it is. The new codes are much better as far as heating and cooling. That's one of the things they do. Now we're up to R38 in the roofs, and just 3 years ago or 4 we were down to R30, I believe. Maybe been a little longer than that, but they keep increasing those codes and getting better and better. But older homes, you just got to watch out, take care of, and you might even have a professional come by and assess it for you.
Is that something that when they do a home inspection, is that something that the home inspector looks at?
It is. He's going to write everything up. He's probably going to tell you what R value you have in things. Some of them go as far as to do infrared. They go as far as doing infrared filming so they can actually see where the cold spots come through the building and everything else, so you know where and how to remedy it.
And is it, you need to take into consideration that when you're buying and selling both, what your heating and cooling method is, whether it's central heat and air, if you got gas in the home, you got to take all those things into consideration as well.
Absolutely. Gas is really nice. It's really efficient. It keeps a house nice and toasty. Not everybody has gas available. There's natural gas and propane. Propane you have to buy in a bottle. Natural comes through a pipe. So that way, if you have that coming through a pipe, I would suggest you use that heating system. It's hard to beat economically and quick. It's quick to heat your house up also.
But the bottom line here is before you sell your home, especially if you're doing it this winter or any time, make sure that everything that you can to make that home as presentable to that next buyer or that next seller is done before you leave.
There's a real difference in buyers right now. Buyers want things ready. They want them perfect. They don't want to do anything, and they're willing to pay top dollar for it. And the people who aren't doing things, oh, we'll wait and paint that later, or we'll wait on this, or there's a hole in the wall, well, they won't worry about that. That really drives down those prices. So you got to have everything ready to sell these homes for top dollars. You'll still sell them. You're just not going to make as much money.
All right, winterizing your home, great advice from our folks here at Evans & Evans Real Estate. And we're going to come back here in just a few moments and take a look at this condominium that we're in here in Gray. We're going to tell you all about it. It's part of Real Estate Today by Evans & Evans Real Estate.
The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by Evans & Evans Real Estate.